Hello, welcome to a short video on my current thoughts in the comic book market. Last night we have a historic auction of the Action 1 9.0 white page, pristine, beautiful books. And the result tell me a few things. And I just want to, share my thoughts of what those things are, okay? From what I gather, from all the chapters that I read and heard, Metropolis, the big dealer out of New York City, is the winner of that Action 1 comic books. If that's true, okay, hypothetically, I have no way of knowing if it's just rumors or if that's the truth. But if that's the case, it's not surprising because Metropolis is the #1 dealer when it comes to Action 1 or many big, especially Golden Age books from Tech 31 to Batman 1, Superman 1, you name it. They tend to have a monopoly. They seem to be the go-between between sellers and buyers for many of the big books. That's where Nicolas Cage got his copy. I believe Nicolas Cage got his copy from Metro, and subsequently that book was stolen from his house, and years later when that book was found, it was Metropolis, the owners, that was able to verify that that was indeed the copy that Nicolas Cage bought from them. Okay, so Metropolis is a big player in this field for many years, as well as Heritage. Heritage is big up there too, but when it comes to Action 1, at least in the last 5 years, from me following them, seem like they get the bulk of the Action 1 that go on the market. Okay, so back to the topic that if indeed they are the winner of that book, it could be many things. It could be that Stephen Fisher, I think that's Fischler, that's the name of the head honcho at Metro. He could have bought it for himself. He has an incredible collection. If anyone have ever had a chance to visit Metropolis in New York, if you visit, they have an incredible store. You have to make an appointment to go there. I have not been there. I have seen pictures many times of the interior, and I have heard from friends that have been there, and they told me many times it is a must see because it is incredible. There are potentially millions of dollars worth of original arts on the walls everywhere. It's just incredible. But so if he wins it, if he won it, he could have won it for his own collection. Certainly he can afford it. The man is a millionaire many times over. He could have bid it for a client. We don't know that. I mean, if there is any authority on the potential value, of these kind of books, Metro would have a pretty good idea. I can see it's not out of the realm of possibility that a wealthy individual that know nothing about comic books, but is interested in buying the Action 1, it's not out of the realm of possibility that this person would contact Metro and ask Metro to make the bid for them, because they know the market, they know how far they can bid up to, they know when to stop, things like that. So trust the experts, okay? That's what I'm saying. So who knows if if that book will hit the open market? Who knows in 5-10 years from now, if it's resurfaced again, I'm sure it will be big news again. But the result last night at 3.2 million tell me that is crazy and speculative is of the market that we know, it is still a very small niche as far as collectible. There are tons of multi-millionaire, billionaire out there that would not hesitate to throw down even much more money at a Christie or Sotheby's art auction for a painting, a sculpture, or whatever it is. Okay, there are people that would spend 5 times, 10 times that much, if not even more, some ungodly number to buy fine arts. We hear that on the news occasionally. So, as popular as the superheroes and comic books has become in the mainstream wealth has not really cared to throw away money at comic books. You know, the Bill Gates out there of the world have a lot to spend on, and he probably have hundreds of $1 million of fancy arts at his mansion, but he wouldn't think to bid at all costs to own a copy of the nicest Action 1. Okay, so what I'm saying that is, when it comes down to comic books, it's crazy, it's high price as they are, they don't get the same kind of, I'm trying to find the right word, not respect, okay? Not that, if a super wealthy person that can buy the book does not want the book, does not mean that they disrespect the book. It's just that they don't care to own that book, regardless of what the significant it is. They view something else as more significant. Okay, so in that, I think comic books, and in many ways, I can understand comic book collecting and valuation is a wacky thing. Okay, it's a wacky thing because you think about it, when it comes down to like fine art, sculpture, or painting, the reason why they are worth crazy money is because they are one of a kind. Okay, one of a kind. When it comes down to comic book, it's just things that are printed in thousands, hundreds of thousands. It's not, you know, it's not rare for the most part. It's not unique for the most part. It's just pulp paper, and I think for some ultra wealthy people, they just don't think putting their money there is a wise choice. Ultimately, that's what some wealthy people like to do. They like to buy in fine arts, fancy paintings. That is human to buy these fancy things in order to show off, to brag to people at parties. Look at that painting I paid $35 million for. A lot of things people do and spend money on to impress others. And unfortunately, bragging about comic books on the wall doesn't impress a lot of people. Thus, not that many people willing to bid up the book. That's what I'm trying to say. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. But in many ways, it focused on why original arts have went crazy the last 5 years. Because if there's deep pocket money out there that are going to sink in a lot of money, certainly, they would go after the one of a kind, the original art, covers for a Kirby Fantastic Four, things like that go for hundreds of thousands, so which is chump change. On a grand scheme of thing, when you can buy, like a Golden Age detective covers or Superman covers for a couple $100,000, it's chump change for those that dabbers in fine arts and things that in the millions. Okay, Anyhow, that's just my quick thoughts on the market. It was fun. I appreciate Phil and Joe that tuned in yesterday. Uh, my apology to all the people that watched live. That was the first time I run a live event, and for whatever reason, the way I set things up on my screen, I couldn't see the comments. So I was not aware of what people were saying throughout the 45 minutes that we were on air. I only saw those comments after. It would be nice for me to, if I saw those comments live, as I was talking with Phil and Joe, I probably would have replied and communicated with other viewers. So my apology for ignoring you. Anyhow, that was it for this video. Have a good day. It's Monday. It's going to be a long week. Bye.